Simply put, Stanley Tucci does it all and does it all very well. An actor, writer, producer, and director on stage and on screen. He's either won or been nominated for the Oscar, the Golden Globe, the Emmy, the Tony, and Grammy Awards.
It goes on and on. Stanley's latest project is directing the classic screwball comedy, Me A Tenor, which is on Broadway. And one review called him a sly director full of clever ideas. That's a quote, folks.
And guess who's with us for early coffee this morning? Here he is, folks. Stanley Tucci, a sly director full of clever ideas.
Not bad.
Yes,
Do you like that review?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yes, yes.
You made your Broadway debut back in 1982. Seems like ages ago, and now you are back again, this time directing. So, I mean, how is it being able to control these actors rather than being one of the actors?
It was a joy. A couple of them are friends of mine, and now they've all become friends of mine, luckily. And this is an extraordinary cast. You know, Tony Shalhoub, Justin Bartha, Justin, who's never done a play before.
You couldn't tell by watching.
I know. It's incredible. He really commands the stage. And Anthony LaPaglia, Jan Maxwell, Jennifer Laura Thompson, Mary Catherine Garrison, and Jake Kleitz. And these are really extraordinary actors, all seasoned professionals, with the exception of Justin, who now is a seasoned professional.
The Hangar will do that for you.
Yes, that's right.
Now, did you want to bring all of them together? I mean, it was just a list of friends that you said, hey, this may work, or did you really have them audition one by one and make sure that they were the perfect person for the part?
I had, a few people auditioned. I knew I wanted Tony to do it, and Brooke, his wife, Brooke Adams, I didn't mention her before. They're just wonderful together. They met actually doing a play a long time ago. On Broadway. Anthony, I knew I wanted him, and then everybody else I auditioned.
So there was no desire to act? It was just something you wanted to do straight from the beginning, is get in and direct? I know, because it's different, but like you said, you know, those actors, they're tough to deal with at times. But I guess being a director and being an actor at the same time, I guess maybe it makes you better prepared.
Well, yeah. I mean, because I know, there's nothing that I would ask them to do that I wouldn't do myself on stage. But I'll do just about anything on stage, it seems, you know. They were great, very patient with me. And it's not that I don't want to act on stage. It's just that it's very hard with little kids to, do that 8 shows a week. You know, 6 days a week. Because
you wouldn't get home till late.
Well, you don't get home until 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they get up and go to school, and then you never see each other, and it's not very healthy. So to me, this was a way to be involved in the theater and still be able to.
But are
be
your
home
kids
to see my
going,
kids.
wait a second, you're home too much now?
They can't wait to get rid of me.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. They kicked me out.
Let's talk about some of your film career. I guess the question everyone wants to know is when are you and Meryl going to be starring in another movie together?
You guys are so great together.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we can find something. There's a few different things we've been talking about, so someday.
When you look at your filmography, and over the years, you talked about The Pelican Brief, The Road to Perdition, Shall We Dance, Julie and Julia, Big Night, The Hoax. I mean, it's so vast. Do you have one that stands out that you love more than others? And we'll talk about the Oscar-nominated role.
Right. Yeah. Well, I love doing Julie and Julia. I mean, that was a real joy for me. I mean, to get to work with Meryl again and really work more closely with her this time, as opposed to in The Devil Wears Prada, where it was just sort of peripheral.
All women
almost.
loved, of course.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
The Lovely Bones, nominated for an Oscar for that. That was a very difficult role.
Yes.
How did
to watch and to do.
How did you prepare for something like that? Because a lot of people, in fact, when seeing you, didn't even know it was truly you.
Yeah, I know. Some people went through the whole movie not knowing it was me. Those people aren't very bright. No, I'm kidding. It was very hard to do. I didn't want to do it at first. I said it took a long time to make the decision. I don't like to watch movies where kids get hurt or people, but it was such a beautiful story that I wanted to be a part of it. And once I could figure out how to make this guy as real as possible, that was once I found that, and as human as possible. That was the key.
Do you need downtime after such a trying role as that? Or do you need something like Me A Tenor to pick up your spirits?
You need a martini, first of all. And second of all, well, what I did was we did the Lovely Bones, and then I went directly into Julie and Julia. So the timing of it was perfect. Julie and Julia was the antidote to to the lovely bones.
You've won an Emmy, you've won Golden Globes, been nominated for a Tony, an Oscar. Are you a just happy to be nominated guy, or did you really want to win that thing?
Be honest now, come on.
Well, you know, the only reason you want to win, I realize, is because you think I'm probably never going to be here again. So you know, it'd be great if I won it. You know, but then you know, whatever, it's okay.
Can you explain to people just how difficult it is to actually even be nominated though for an Academy Award?
I don't know. You see, I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 30 years, so I guess it for me it was difficult.
Isn't there campaigning involved? I mean, we hear all the
Yes,
stories.
campaigning isn't the word. Yes, you feel like you're running for office. It's exhausting, and you know, there's so many award shows now. Hollywood, you know, we love to congratulate ourselves over and over and over again for the same things every year. So this award season has what used to be, you know, a couple of months, maybe a month, now has turned into this 4-month thing, and it's exhausting. But you know, it's also fun at the same time and very flattering.
So what's next for you? Acting, directing, cinema, on stage. What do you do next?
I'm hoping that we'll have a production company with Steve Buscemi called Olive Productions, and my hope is that we have a series in development with HBO, and then one on for TBS that's an animated series. And either I'll direct a film this fall, or I'll be in a film called Ed Lucas that will produce. My company will produce.
Right. Stanley, thank you so much.
Yeah,
We
looking
really
forward to
appreciate
seeing
you.
all
Oh,
of that.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great talking to you.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.